My experiences in the Philippines and translation of Noli Tangere, and this event is sponsored by the UP Career Research Center, the Departamento ng Filipino at Panitikan ng Pilipinas, with the help of UP Arirang, and mag-broadcast din po tayo sa DZUP 1602 kasama ka, di ba? Okay, so to formally start our program, let's welcome the Director of UP Career Research Center, Dr. Eduardo Gonzalez.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Mga panauhin, mga guro at mga scholar ng bayan. You remind me of my days when I was an undergraduate student. But don't ask me what year. Okay, let me begin with a question. How many of you have been in a situation called lost in translation, in which the person you're talking to misunderstands you, even if you're speaking in the same language? Meron ba? Madalas yun, hindi ba? Madalas mangyari. Okay? So you can imagine the difficulty of a translator. Finding the right words in the right context and in another language. Okay, so I'm sure the translators of Noli Me Tangere, of course we know that Noli occupies a central place in our own history and literature. So I'm sure the translators have similar struggles. And do you know how many translations of Noli have been made? So here's the latest count, and I'm indebted to Professor Ana Melinda Testa de Ocampo. This comes from her work, The Afterlives of the Noli Me Tangere. So how many translations? 16 translations into English. Okay, and the latest of which was made for Penguin Classics. 24 translations into Tagalog, 13 into other Philippine languages, and 7 into other languages. And this does not include the translation into Korean, which is the topic of today's book talk by Dr. Kim, who is, by the way, a UP Diliman alumnus. Now, as Professor Testa de Ocampo recounts, as reported in a 1933 work, the very first translation, which was a French version, passed through 4 editions, and this was in 1899. And it was curiously entitled Au Pays des Moines, or The Land of the Monks. And here's where the story becomes much more interesting. The first English translation, which is called An Eagle Flight, published in the 1900s, was based on the French translation. So how much more losses in translation could you get? You know? So it's from Spanish to French to English. So I understand that Dr. Kim also worked on the Leon Maria Guerrero version, which meant going from Spanish to English to Korean. Okay, the first 2 English translations, An Eagle Flight and Friars and Filipinos, were made during the American period. And these 2 translations modified the Noli. So here we see politics, into translation. So the modified Noli had to go well with the interests of the target audience. And of course, the target audience was primarily the American reader who wanted to gain information about the new American colony in the Pacific. By way of conclusion, Professor Testa de Ocampo points out that as these early and the later translations of the Noli show, translating and reading the novel can be done for very different purposes. To emphasize the individual's quest for freedom, to gain knowledge about the problems and people of a colony, to facilitate conquest, or to instill love of country and strengthen national identity. So the publication of translations of Noli and Tangere has ensured the novel's afterlife. But readers do not necessarily grasp all that its author had originally intended. So surely translation is a thankless job. She also said, in a very positive note, citing translation theorists Susan Basnet and Andre Lefebvre, that the effects of these rewritings can mean the introduction of new concepts, new genres, and new devices. And this is especially relevant in this morning's book talk, since I've read that, and I think Dr. Kim should confirm this, I read that concepts in Latin languages, such as English or Spanish, don't always translate well into Korean. Very difficult process. I recall what the late French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre said a few decades ago. When in doubt, don't translate. Use the original word or phrase. But let me not preempt Dr. Kim. Let us hear his experience as he tried to produce a Korean version of Noli, a very remarkable achievement that will surely endear Rizal, and of course the Philippines, to a Korean audience. Maraming salamat.